master works that would outlive him in beauty and service, for the love of the art alone. In the second year of the society, the ancient and honorable Order of the Laurel was ordained and instituted, the fit mark of a peer recognized for excellence in the arts and sciences. A companion of the Order of the Laurel is an artisan, but also has knowledge of the martial sciences and the wellhead of chivalry from which they flow, and is given of time and works for the benefit of the common weal. The crown now calls before them all companions of the ancient and honorable Order of the Laurel here present.
You are neither God nor prophet. You cannot say you do or do not accept men on this way. You are dust along this road, so be that dust. Stop all this yes and no. It is not just. You are dust, so talk about the dust, but see all men you meet as made of purity.
A slave was given from his sovereign's hand a splendid robe, and feeling very grand, he put it on to wander through the town. By chance, as he paraded up and down, some mud splashed in his face, and with his sleeve he quickly wiped it off. Who should perceive his action but a sneaking sycophant? The king was told and hanged the miscreant. From this unhappy story you can see how kings treat those who have no dignity.
A dog brushed up against a sheep, who made no move to draw his skirts in or evade this filthy stray. A puzzled passerby who noticed his behavior asked him why. He said, "The dog is filthy, as you see, but what is outside him is inside me. What's clear on him is hidden in my heart. Why should such close companions stay apart? If inward filth is slight, or if it's great, the outcome is the same disgusting state. If straws impede you, or a mountaintop, where is the difference if you have to stop?"
The hoopoe said, "Salvation's Lord is just, and justice raises man above the dust. To live with justice in your heart succeeds. A lifetime's earnest prayers and pious deeds, and tales of lavish generosity are less than one just act done secretly. Though justice given in a public place suggests deceit beneath the smiling face. The just man does not argue for his rights. It is for others that he stands and fights."
The crown now calls the Honorable Lady Sabiha al-Zarqa al-Karak to come before this court and company.
Your Majesties, great nobles all, lords and ladies, if you could but tarry a moment, I have a tale to tell. Betwixt the land of the sun and the land of the lone star, in the great oasis that was founded in ancient times, there lives a noble woman who does great and miraculous works. She is from a great family and has 2 loving sisters. And she is known far and wide as Sabiha al-Zarqa al-Karaka. And she did travel in her youth. She traveled to the land of the blasted tree, beyond the cold river valley. And there, at the lonely mountain, where great dragons and beasts abide, she did face many worthy trials. But she did not waver. She did not falter. She faced her foes. Both honest and infidels alike. And the people there did beloved her, for they exalted her as the defender of dragons, the last of that name.
But Laurel, what about the story of the great caravanserai?
Ah, thank you. Yes, the story of the great caravanserai road. Time passed, and one night, while on the great caravanserai road, Sabiha did sup with a merchant of quiet fame. And in doing so, she was stopped by a man of the merchant company, a Roman by birth. And this dubious fellow, he did lay claim to her very best camel.
Ooh.
He quote, "This camel is mine. It has traveled the desert sea for 2 days, and I shall have it." Well, Sabiha, knowing the truth in her heart, she did say to him, "You are a liar, and I shall fight you because you are a liar." Well, this nobleman did look down upon her in contempt, but it was Sabiha, with her blade so sharp, that did cut him from chin to navel. And there, at that moment, in the dark of the desert, her hands were blessed. For it was triumph that conquered this great injustice. And so it was in time that Sabiha did take a husband. A noble by birth with some renown. A clever fellow with sharp wit. And together they did keep lands in faith for the crown. And so it was that many days passed in this way, and Sabiha did make many marvelous works. She made great cloaks and jewels and diadems that she placed upon her person. And she did delight to walk amongst her people in serene peace and harmony. And seasons passed, and the fame of Sabiha did reach across the land. And the crown, in their infinite wisdom, one autumn night did call her to court. And the king quote, "Sabiha, vast and varied are your labors, and you share your bounty of knowledge with all who would seek. You are truly a flower in this desert, and so you shall be titled, as it is meet and just." And that very winter, Sabiha did return to court once more at the call of their majesties. And the king quotes once more, "Sabiha, I place this diadem of pure white upon your head. Let all who see it, see this argent fleece, know of your grace and beauty." And then Sabiha did return home to her lands of Albaron, elated by the praise that their crowns had given her. And upon her return, she was met by a messenger from the land of the sun. This message told of a great festival of culture and dance that was being hosted by the king of the land of the sun. And they requested her presence so that she might share her knowledge with the people of the solar kingdom. And so it was that Sabiha traveled westward with all of her soldiers and viziers, her merchants and her cooks, and all the members of her court. And upon reaching the capital of the solar kingdom, she was met by the crown's vizier. vizier did come down from the castle walls, but he was not knowledgeable about the beauty and grace and that a noblewoman of the outlands would bring with her. So he stopped her, and he said, in a way most typical of those of the Solar Kingdom, "Why are you here? Only barbarians come from the east. Are you here to pillage and burn?" Well, Sabiha said to them, Sabiha said to him, "I am not those men. I am Sabiha. Sabiha." And so with that, they opened the gates and they allowed her in. And she did impart her great knowledge upon the people of the land of the sun. Following that, she did return once more to her home in Alberon. And your majesties, it was you that met her there. And you asked her a very important question. And you did send her on pilgrimage to answer that question. Your majesties, I bring forth Sabiha al-Zarqa, and she has with her an answer to your question.
Ah oui.
Bring forth the medallion.
Your Majesties, I am Madigan of Kandahar, and I share lineage with her ladyship. Our lineage is long and deep and rich, and in it we find Mistress Bomershka of the Romneys, whose graceful ways and beautiful elegance you have done so proud. His Grace Arton also precedes us, as does Sir Zachariah the Cane. I know that many will follow in our lineage.
Let this medallion pass from hand to hand among the members of the order assembled here to symbolize the bond that you shall have with her. Master Christopher, Her Royal Highness Elizabeth, as members of the peerage, do you now affirm that Sabiha has grown in gentle virtue and chivalrous grace, the hallmarks of a true and faithful peer?
Your Royal Majesties, it is my great honor to stand before you this day as a member of the chivalry and speak on behalf of this noble lady. For many years I have watched her flower and flourish in the deserts of your kingdom. She has always exemplified the virtues that my order holds dear: hospitality, largesse, courtesy, grace, and most definitely prowess. Those fortunate enough to wear garments that she has made find themselves lucky indeed. She is most worthy of this award, Your Majesties. And as I speak for my order, we thank you in this deed.
Majesties, I am here to speak on Sabiha on behalf of the Order of the Laurel. I will not go over Sabiha's qualifications as they were so cleverly told to the populace here. I wish to speak on her arts. Her arts are fantastic. They are wonderful. She always looks like she's just stepped out of illumination. Her attention to detail is, I can't describe it. It is so wonderful. Her knowledge of her time period and her place is amazing. Quite frankly, I want to look like Sabiha when I grow up. But not only are her arts fantastic and wonderful, she has a generous heart and she has poise in all of the things that I have seen her done. And this is why she is my peer.
Majesty, thrice honored Majesties, and all nobles within the sound of my voice, I come today to speak. As a member of the Order of the Pelican, I have consulted with my brothers and sisters, and we are overjoyed at my most beloved Sabiha's elevation. Her services without question. She has led Oberon nobly for many years, in kindness and in grace. She is ever diplomatic and thoughtful. It has been my honor to work with her in service to Oberon and to the Outlands, and I am elated to welcome her as a sister.
Your Majesties, Your Highnesses, Your Gentles all, I bring to you the words of Baron Christopher Devereaux, Master of Defense of the Outlands. It is with great regret that I cannot be there this day to see someone who has inspired me so give answer to the question put to her at Grand Outlandish, though she does me great honor in allowing me to speak. The Order of Defense speaks for valor. To most, valor is the courage to face the kingdom's enemies on the fields of war, or the willingness to rise to the challenges of the battlefield. To those who practice the arts and sciences of our noble society, competition and display can take just as much courage, if not more. A fighter may have an off day, but an artisan displays hours, weeks, or months of their life in a single work. That is a valiant act. As the Baroness of Alberon, she has stood before the populace, showing the same valor in care and craft for a vital barony in this kingdom. Through times of peace and war, through times of conflict, she has remained steadfast, unflinching, supporting her people when they needed it most. Truest valor stems from a noble heart, willing to fly into the fray and expend its last ounce of courage, whatsoever the field, in the name of doing that which is noble and right. I have seen Sabiha's mettle tested on more than one occasion, and ne'er once has she displayed seeming or semblance, only a heart, true, noble, and valorous. Your Majesties, with regard beyond measure, I heartily recommend your Baroness Sabiha.
Your Majesties, I am Elizabeth, Crown Princess of Battlemoor, and I am honored to speak on behalf of the Order of the Rose today for these 15 minutes. I wish to speak to you today of courtesy. This lovely gentle has displayed courtesy to those of all stations without regard for their station or what they might bring to her or not. She is generous with her spirit and kind, and also generous with her artwork as she beautifies her people. She is a perfect example of courtesy and grace, and I heartily recommend her to you.
Gentle peers, we thank you for your wise counsel. Bring forth lightning with the great sword of state. You have been deemed fit for this high estate by your leaders. You have indicated your willingness to accept this honor from our hands. We shall have your words.
invoked anger or of those who are astray. This day I give you my words. The crown has endeared to me art and science, and has made them pleasing in nature. And so I shall continue to create, and I shall continue to acquire knowledge, as knowledge enables its professor to distinguish right from wrong. It lights the way to heaven. It is our friend in the desert, our company in solitude, and our companion when friendless. It guides us to happiness, and it sustains us in misery. It is an ornament amongst friends, and it is armor against enemies. Those who seek knowledge are the rightly guided, and I shall rightly guide those who are not. I shall let not warrior or servant ridicule warrior or servant. Perhaps they may be better than them. Nor let artisan ridicule artisan. Perhaps they may be better than them. Let not one insult another, nor call not each other by offensive names. The believers are but peers, and so I make settlement between my peers, and fear the crown that I shall receive mercy. It is as bounty from the crown and favor, and the crown is knowing and wise.
And having sworn these solemn oaths, know now that we, Colgrim and Danielle, by right of arms, King and Queen of the Outlands, do proclaim you to be a companion of the ancient and honorable Order of the Laurel.
Let the medallion be brought forward. Take from our hands this medallion, which bears the laurel leaves. That is the symbol of your order. Wear it always with great honor. Wear it always with humility.
This hat and kava were made in the representation of the noble plant from which your order takes its name. It was in ancient times the preeminent mark of eminence. Wear them in token of the merited opinion of your companions of the ancient and honorable Order of the Laurel.
I'll be happy to send you a copy, Madigan.
Your Majesties, at this time I would swear fealty to the crown of the Outlands.
It shall please us to accept your fealty.
This day do I render homage and fealty to my sovereign lord and lady, Colgrim and Danielle, by right of arms, King and Queen of the Outlands, who will from this day forward be my liege lord and lady. I will remain true in all ways, serving them faithfully. This do I swear by my honor and by the high ideals that I hold as a peer of this realm. So say I, Sabiha, Alzarka, Akarakia.
We accept your homage and fealty, and pledge to you that from this day forward, until the end of our reign, you will be our liege woman, and we will honor your order and defend your right as a peer, and that we will protect the trust that you have placed in us, mighty with justice, tempered with mercy. All right, Mistress. As my liege woman, present me one of my
Colgrim, by right of arms, king of the outlands, and Danielle, our queen and patroness of arts, to all who come by these presents, give greetings. Know ye that we, in consideration of the singular noble virtues and accomplishments, alike in courtesy and honor, as in knowledge and artifice, of our subject, Sabiha al-Sarka al-Karakia, do hereby prefer and create her as the mistress of the ancient and honorable Order of the Laurel. We are further pleased to confirm and affirm by these latest patent those arms previously registered by the College of Arms, to wit, sable and cheap 3 hearts are shot for Mistress Sabiha's sole and exclusive use throughout the lands of the known world. In witness whereof we set our hands this 3rd day of September, Anno Societatis 51, being 2016, in the common reckoning of years. Colgrim, king, Danielle, queen, I, Whitestack, principal herald, do attest that said arms have duly been registered with the College of Arms. The scroll is the work of Countess Giuliana Le Galway.
Huzzah.
3 cheers for Mistress Sabiha al-Zarqa al-Karakia. Hip hip.
Huzzah! Huzzah! Huzzah!